In this first clip, we have a Master Lulu player playing against Ashe and Blitzcrank. In this clip, you're going to see this Lulu makes a critical positioning error and the game becomes absolutely ruined because of it. Just watch and see for yourself. Unsurprisingly, because of this mistake, Ashe ended up getting 15 kills and carried the game. So if you play ranged or enchanter supports, you need to be behind minions or out of range of the enemy's hook, or this happens. So for these next two clips, we have two Soraka players in a poke lane, and you will see a very stark contrast between how both of them play. This first one is a gold elo Soraka, and just look at how little pressure she has in the lane. When Kai'Sa's walking up for those minions, she's not trying to queue. This Alistar, he's level 1, he can't actually do anything level 1, and she's not even bothering to try and poke him. So essentially, this Soraka with a huge level 1 advantage with her range is literally just walking back and forth, side to side in the lane, and not accomplishing anything towards winning the lane or winning the game. Like you can even see here, they hit their level 2 spike, and Soraka's not even trying to walk up and do some damage. So now we have a Grandmaster Soraka, and just look at the absolute difference in how she plays the lane here. Immediately she's looking for a Q and an auto attack when Kai'Sa's trying to CS, because they don't have a support level 1. Alistar can't do anything. Of course she missed that first Q, but just look at the amount of pressure this Soraka is going to be applying in this lane in comparison to that gold elo Soraka that we saw. So again, another Q auto because Kai'Sa is trying to attack minions. Look at this, Alistar, he walks up for that relic proc, walks up for another one, Soraka's just hitting him, pelting him away with auto attacks. They hit level 2, and just look at the difference in pressure in this lane. If you can do this in your games as an enchanter support, the enemy engaged support will literally be useless for the rest of the lane. And you too will be able to find level 2 kills like this under the enemy tower when you're playing a poke lane like the Caitlyn Soraka, like the Ezreal Soraka here. And you can see here that Soraka is helping Ezreal shove the wave in. They're trying to get this crashed in, and they're trying to get some pressure onto this Kai'Sa. She is not allowed to be under this tower by herself when her support is dead. If they hit every single one of their spells, this Kai'Sa would die. Now of course they missed some spells there, but hopefully you can see just how impactful the enchanter support can be. And now moving on to the next clip, here we have Akshan, the new champion, and Karma playing versus Draven and Brand in Diamond Elo. So you can see they're eating some poke from the Brand and Draven there. Karma's getting a bit chunked, but just watch what this Akshan is about to do. So you can see this guy just absolutely ran it down and is now on like 5% HP. This isn't Karma's fault, but what happens next is going to be both Karma and Akshan's fault. So they're staying under the tower with Akshan being 10% and Karma being 50%. Enemy's wave is crashing, and what do you think's going to happen here? Seriously, comment down below what's going to happen here if Karma and Akshan stay in this lane. So them trying to catch those minions ends up with them being dove under the tower. Karma should have been pinging Akshan to recall and should have recalled herself as well. Here again she goes to try 1v1 the Draven on half health and ends up dying. Of course it was really close, but you can see their attempt at trying to prevent falling behind by catching those minions has actually been worsened, because as you can see here on the screen, they're losing more minions than they would have if they had just recalled and walked back to lane. And also they're losing plates that Draven is getting here, so the enemy lane is just getting further ahead of them. So what I want you to take away from this is that if you're 20% HP, 10% mana, and like you can't really do anything in the lane, please just recall and ping your ADC to also recall with you. Now for this final clip, we have a 500 LP Master Elo Nami. Here you can see she's just clearing out vision, trying to put down some wards herself, and is trying to set up for the dragon. Now this is all fine, she is safe, she has a ward in case anyone comes to try and kill her. But what happens next with her positioning in a team fight essentially lost the game for them. So when you're playing a ranged or enchanter support, You need to be the player who is behind the team. You can't be trying to deal damage or land a CC on the enemy team if you are in front of your team. Because if you do that, you're just going to get one shot. You need to be behind your team and hit whoever comes into your range. So just look at how Nami plays this fight out, and just look at the impact it has on the fight. Pausing it here really quickly, ask yourself, is this Nami behind her team? No, she wasn't, and she absolutely got wrecked because of it. So just look at the impact that this has on this ensuing skirmish fight. So if it's a 2v3 here, Graves dashes in, flashes in, one-shots that Taric, and now it's a 2v2. Can Graves and Ezreal win this one? Karthus with the huge outplays, presses Zanya with his E up. Ezreal full health versus Karthus. He hits 2 Qs and Ezreal gets absolutely obliterated. Had Nami been alive behind them and was peeling, they would have won this fight and likely would have won this game. But they ended up losing because Nami kept making those kind of mistakes. Now that might not have been the best example, but hopefully you get my point. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you enjoyed.